Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a what's for dinner video. I have some very tasty, delicious recipes and I hope you enjoy. First up is a turkey and squash hash. For this recipe, you are going to need some frozen corn, about half of a white onion, half of a red pepper, a couple of yellow squash, and some ground turkey. First things you're going to do is you're going to brown up your ground turkey. Next, you're going to add in that diced half of an onion. Then you're going to go in and you're going to add your garlic. I did add about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Next, you're going to want to add in your diced up squash. I ended up using 2 squash instead of the 4, just because I felt like for our family this was enough. You can definitely double up the recipe depending on your family size. Next, you're going to add in about half a cup of frozen corn and that diced up half of the red pepper. Then I went ahead and salt and peppered everything to our liking and added a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of butter. And you're just going to want to simmer that until the vegetables are tender. And this is the finished product. This is a very delicious recipe and I highly recommend it. I also got some questions about this peace tea with 0 sugar. It does have a sucralose in it, and honestly, I was not a big fan. Okay, so on this night, we are having Copycat Texas Roadhouse loaded sweet potatoes. Whew, I'm drooling just thinking about it. So first up, I am going to be just making some hamburger steak. And I'm just doing it really simple, just a pound of hamburger meat. I'm going to add in some onion powder and some garlic powder, probably a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of each. Next, I'm going to go in and add some salt and pepper. The good thing about seasonings is you can add more or less depending on what your family likes. We do like a lot of seasoning in this household, so sometimes I may go a little overboard. Next, you're going to just want to combine the seasonings with the meat. I really get creative with my tool usage, you guys. I am just using a little spatula just to blend everything together. Next, you're going to want to go in and add about a dash of Worcestershire sauce. I don't know. It's one of those. And you're just going to want to fold that in. And I'm just going to be frying these up on a little pan, and I did add some of that Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute. Now for the loaded baked potatoes. So first you're going to need a couple of tablespoons of butter. Then you're going to need some cinnamon. I just added it, eyeballed it as usual. And next you're going to add in about a teaspoon of honey. And you will combine those ingredients. Next, for the caramel sauce, and yes, I said caramel sauce, you're going to need 4 tablespoons of butter. You're also going to need 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and then you're going to need 2 tablespoons of honey. And you're going to want to mix this until it is all combined and cooked down to a caramel consistency. You definitely do not want to burn. That's why you need to continue to stir. And that is what it should look like once it's all done. Yummy. Okay, so I did air fryer my sweet potatoes. Do I recommend this method? Honestly, I'd rather just pop them in the microwave. It took a really long time to air fryer these, but I wanted to give it a try because I never tried it. But what you're going to want to do next is open up your sweet potatoes, get the innards all fluffed up and exposed so they will get coated with all the yummy goodness that is about to ensue. So first you're going to add that delicious cinnamon honey butter. Next, you are going to add the caramel sauce on. Oh, that looks so good. This was such a good recipe. If you've never had Texas Roadhouse loaded sweet potatoes, definitely try this recipe because it's one for the books, y'all. Now that your caramel sauce is added, you're going to go in and add some mini marshmallows. Yes, again, I did say mini marshmallows. This is just a sweet little treat for your family. It's obviously not something that you want to have every night or every week, but my son loved this recipe and it got him to eat his vegetables. So this is the finished product. I did pair it with some broccoli and the hamburger steak. So on this night, I decided to make broccoli salad. This recipe was a hot mess for me. I'm going to add the actual recipe on the screen, and I highly recommend following that. I did more of a taste and add method where I would add a little bit, taste it, figure out what's missing, and add a little bit more. But as you can see here, I just added the vinegar and the sugar, and I also have the mayo added as well. This recipe is also good with bacon and craisins added to it, which I did not add because, as I said before, I was just, I don't know, I was having like an out-of-body experience and just forgot what I was doing. But you also want to add some red onion. That makes the recipe taste really good as well. You could probably substitute white onion if red onion is not your jam. But we love red onion in this house, so I went ahead and added that. And I am going to go in and add some frozen peas, which is not technically part of the recipe, but my mother-in-law made this for us while she was here a few weeks ago, and I really liked it with the peas in it. And I am adding in the cheese. You can use cheddar cheese, Colby Jack cheese, whatever cheese your family likes. And you are going to want to combine this up and let it sit in the fridge. The longer it sits in the fridge, the better it is. Obviously not, days and days and days, but if you can let it sit for a few hours, I think it tastes the best this way. It just allows all of the ingredients to really marinate into the broccoli. And I'm giving it a little taste test here. And I did serve this with some little homemade chicken nuggets, and we had some French fries as well. And I made up some of this ranch and barbecue dipping sauce. So thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe before you leave. And as always, thanks for being my kind of weird. Bye.